For over 7 decades, Casa Mercedes has been crafting colorful, detailed hand fans like these, making them the oldest abanico maker in the country. We'll learn more about the tradition of creating this hand fan with the creative director, Monchet Diokno Olives. Monchet, great to have you with us.
Thanks, Rico. Finally, we're together.
I know, not only creative director, but also co-owner and former network executive.
Well, multi-hyphenated, I guess.
Multi-hyphenated. So tell us, what got your family into the abanico business?
Well, the name of the company, Casa Mercedes, is named after my aunt, Mercedes Diokno Rovira. Tita Eding was in Philippine Airlines, and every time she was traveling, you know, Philippine Airlines used to fly to Spain in that period of the 50s. They would always ask her for bring home abanico. So she got the idea to decide, why don't we make fans locally? I mean, we have the craftsmanship, we have the people, and that's how it started. Then she pulled my mom to join in, and my other aunt, Tita Nora Diokno Casas, and that's how it started.
And you are the oldest company making hand fans in the Philippines, and we have with us here on our table the evolution of the abanico.
So. Well, what you're holding right now, for example, is a very traditional Spanish type fan. It comes in all different colors, and everything is hand painted. So this is how we started. Over about 10 years ago, we were looking, I think the question is, how can you keep this relevant, or how do you make the market share bigger?
Especially for the millennials and the Gen Zs.
Right, so what we thought about is, I watched the General Luna movie, and we were talking a lot about the language of the fan. So I said, hey, why don't we do this? So, you know, it is the language of the fan.
We can't say it on air.
We can't say it on air.
They have just to read what's on the fan.
But this is exactly what rebooted our family business. And where it is that it won the Kata Award that year in fame.
All right.
So
that might be censored. That's a censored word.
Well, this is so typical. This is one of our best sellers because obviously at 40 degrees we are now, a fan is just so relevant. Then there are two fans. You know, every year I try to think about what are the hashtags for the Iconio series. So this was chosen last Christmas, doing very well. And this.
Ang ganda.
Ang ganda. Right? So I mean, it was something that was really changed the way we looked at fan making.
But Monchet, are these abanicos really relevant? Because now we get to still see a lot of people bringing around these handy fans, which are rechargeable, which are working with batteries. I mean, they're all over the place.
I think that what makes it relevant is the fact that it's a novelty. You know, it is a novelty. It is very entertaining to have. It's also a very easy gift. You know, all our, I can't mention the names of the stores that carry us, but they're all very happy with the turnout of people buying. Yes, of course, Rico, you're going to have people with the USB type fans. But does it have the charm or eloquence of a style like this?
That's right. Yes.
With a wave of a fan, right?
And does it really matter? Because these fans that you've brought here comes in different sizes and different shapes. What is usually the preferred size for a fan?
Well, the actual preferred size, what you're holding, which is 8.5. It's a standard fan, fits in any handbag. But over the years, we've gotten a liking to these large fans. These are based, the Puñeta fans, or the Iconio series. Oops, I said it, sorry. The Iconio series is really based on the Bayanihan fan of the Singkil nature. So this is what is popular because first of all, you can do this, it cools you. You can do this.
It can also act like a visor.
It's a visor, so it kind of works in different things. What we've been doing, though, is that, again, to innovate, is that we've kind of matched bags with the fan. Like this particular fan is printed with this fabric, and it has a matching fan that goes with it, and it goes inside.
All right. I mean, you know, Monchet, over the past year and a half, we've seen rising inflation.
Yeah.
soaring prices of raw materials. Have you been able to keep prices down? Because most of your fans, the materials are imported but manufactured here.
Yes.
And as you said, they're handmade.
Well, I think that I will be honest is that we've been trying to manage the costs of the fan only to be able to get the orders. So yes, it does affect us. I mean, like I speak for...
It's like any business.
I will speak for especially handicraft makers like ourselves. You know, that we are the ones that are faced with all the challenges of manufacturing. I mean, it's not just us, it's the guys that do embroidery or the jewelry makers, all the whole gamut of the business.
Where do you source your materials?
Well, some of them are, my brother is in the textile business, so we actually, some of them we weave ourselves, like these for the big fans. We weave ourselves. Some we purchase them obviously wholesale, based on the color palettes that we're looking for. So we have suppliers for that.
And share with us, who are your biggest fans of your abanicos?
Well, you know, over the years, I think the line was, taking off from the Oldsmobile ad. Said, we are no longer our grandmother's fan. So what we are is that over the years, when we launched this Iconio series, I picked up a new market, which is like the 30 to 40. Then when we started putting a little bit more of these hashtags like ang ganda, kakaloko, kokoloka, we started bringing down them younger.
Yeah.
And then we have plain hashtags that are just what is it, ampersand? No.
Well, the hashtags became really popular because of social media.
Yeah, so I did one that, of course I cannot translate it. It's IDGAF. And that did really well. And that really hit that market, the younger market. So that's what we're trying to do.
But you also have supplied the Philippine First Ladies with your fans.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Okay, my mom and my aunts were very proud of the fact that every Philippine First Lady carried a fan by Casa Mercedes. And the most popular of them, obviously, was Imelda Marcos, who would have a matching handbag, matching shoes, and a matching fan for her gowns. This one particular design that you see here, is their petal shape.
Yes.
This was actually at the request of Pitoy Moreno.
One of our iconic fashion designers.
I mean, our national artist national artist. I mean, he asked my mom to try to figure out how to make a fan with petals. So this is what mom did years ago. I was still a young boy. So this particular shape, which is very, very popular, in all different forms and manner. I mean, we have it in this, from the simplest to hand-painted. It's really popular. And that's exactly what we're saying.
And Monchet, not only for our Philippine First Ladies, but also you have manufactured special fans for global leaders and their wives.
To tell you the truth is that, you know, right after I had semi-retired from the network, I didn't know what I was going to do. Then at that point in time, Queen Sofia of Spain was coming for a visit. And the palace asked me, Monchet, can you make a fan? I mean, what do you give to the Queen of Spain, right?
Yeah.
So we designed a fan, something like this. It was actually done with sterling silver. This is mother of pearl, in this size, with actual pearls from Jewelmer, and studded over here with a little bit more pearls. And that was the Sofia fan. And this size became popular. And we've done for other First Lady. One of the last ones we did was for Empress Michiko.
Of Japan.
And in fact, she broke protocol because generally when you get a gift, you're not supposed to use it. She used it to the state banquet,
Amazing.
the fan, and then the shawl that it came with.
And you also gifted the former Prime Minister of France and his wife, Nicolas Sarkozy, with a fan. So how do you come up with all of designs, being the creative director?
You know, to tell you the truth, I just wake up in the morning and figure out this is what it's going to do. Like these iconios.
Yeah.
You know, I just listen to whatever people are talking about. That's why, you know, sometimes you just sit in a Starbucks, right? And you just hear what people are saying.
Yeah, what they're talking about.
What you're talking about. A lot of these designs, obviously, is we look at trying to find what's local and popular, like mother of pearl. This particular one is sterling silver. It's plain black. Very elegant. Touch of leather.
Wow.
This is also with brass.
You really have to innovate with the design.
Yes, and
you
this
just
is-
cannot have the old 1950s
No, this is
design.
This is Inabel. That we worked with Balay ni Atong, and we picked up this size. This particular one, for example, is something I worked with my niece. It's a tote bag with a matching fan.
You really also have to work with
Yes.
the young designers to give you additional ideas on how to really make new
This particular,
fans.
I mean, this particular one is something like, this is done by my niece, Kyla Laurel. It's, we call it setas or mushrooms. And she designed this very unique fan with these petal shapes on top.
And the Icono fans have really become very popular.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from these, you also have the likes of Kakaloka, Beso Beso,
Yeah.
Vacunado, Maldita, and I Am Vaxxed.
Yeah, and Vax. We did
And
that.
you got all these ideas just sitting in a coffee
Yeah.
shop listening
Yeah, even have
the people around you.
What's also very popular was last year was Tita Maldita. So I think in the promo spot, you ran me with a Tito Maldito that they made specifically for me.
So,
yeah.
where do you see Casa Mercedes over the next several years? How do you continue to plan to grow the abanico business?
I think that it's all about innovation and relevance. I mean, we talked about relevance earlier. My challenge as somebody who thinks of the ideas is I'm also getting old. So my nephew is running the business now. He's third generation, and he's running the business. And with the help of his wife and my nieces and nephews, giving the ideas to this. That's one. In terms of innovation, I just have to you have to keep going out there.
Yeah.
You have to see what people are looking for. I don't want us to remain as history. I mean, my mom would roll in her grave if this factory closes. 72 years and counting. Like you pointed out, I mean, it's like 2 years short of the Queen.
The Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
Queen's coronation.
Queen's coronation.
Yeah. Well, looking forward to the next 28 years when Casa Mercedes celebrates its 100th anniversary.
That'll be my nephew. I'm not going to be here. I'm lucky I'm here now.
Monchet, thank you so much
Thanks so much
for joining us in the
Thank
final
you,
word.
everybody.
And all the best to the fan man himself.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being fans.
Monchet Diokno Olives, the fan man himself from
Thank you.
Casa Mercedes.
Thank you.